Hi everybody, I want to welcome you to our first session of Chazown. This is going to be a wonderful experience for you, and I'm so glad that you have decided to join us. If you're just joining us for the first time and you didn't catch any of our introductory things, Chazown is the Hebrew word that means dream, revelation, or vision. It's also the title of this book, Chazown, written by the senior pastor at my church, lifechurch.tv, Craig Rochelle. Craig has put together this book, which is a wonderful resource if you are going to go through this experience with us. And he's also put together this wonderful online experience, series of videos and a participant guide to help you as you search for God's purpose for your life. So I'm really excited to get started because I know what Chazown's done in my life, the peace that it's given me, the purpose and focus that it's given me, and it's been really cool to see it also work in the lives of all the women in my small group. It's just truly a wonderful experience. So I hope that you come at this experience prayerfully and seeking God, and that you listen to what he says, because you'll be astonished sometimes at what he expects of you. I want to give you a brief overview of what you can expect as we go through these next 6 sessions. First of all, the goal for this whole experience is to discover God's purpose for your life and design a plan of action for it. So that's the overall goal. Now each week there'll be a short video from me just like this to kind of help facilitate. This is what would happen if we were in a small group setting. There would be someone facilitating, then you would watch some videos from Craig, which you are going to do. There's videos that you're going to watch from Craig as he leads you through a series of notes. And you can find those notes, and this is something you definitely want to do. You want to go to chazown.com, and on the bottom right hand corner there is a link that says resources for small groups and churches. Click there, and then it should take you to a page where there are quite a few things you can download. You are going to want to download the Chazown Experience Participant Guide. It's a free download. Just download it. You'll want to print it off if you have the ability to do that and follow along. That's going to be what you need for the next 6 weeks to help you get through this experience. So if you haven't done that yet, go ahead and do that now, so that when you watch the video from Craig in a few minutes, you'll be ready to take your notes and get started. Okay. The other thing you'll want to do if you haven't picked up this book yet, I think it's a wonderful, wonderful resource, and it's going to do a lot to help you really tie together all the loose ends. It's just a great resource. It's a very easy read, and if nothing else, if you don't plan on reading the whole book, it's a wonderful reference as you're working through the different steps of searching for God's purpose for your life. It's a great thing to refer to if you need more information or if you have questions. So I highly recommend it. You can find it very inexpensively, I think a little bit more than $10 on Amazon.com. You can also find it at local Christian bookstores. So look for it and pick it up. Chazown by Craig Rochelle. You definitely want to pick up a copy of this. Okay, so we are going to get started. I am really, really excited. Craig tells us in his book that we are all designed from the start to live for a unique reason, but we must seek God to know his plan for our lives. And that's exactly what we're going to do through this experience. We're going to look at 3 areas of our lives. We're going to look at our past experiences, our core values, and our spiritual gifts. And as we look at each one of those things each week, we're going to begin to see a much bigger picture. We're going to begin to see the way that God has put certain people, certain things, certain events into our life, all to work towards one purpose for us. This experience, this is what Craig tells us in the book, will make certain that what you do for the rest of your life is not a burden, and that instead you go forward doing exactly what God created you to do. We will seek him to see his vision for our lives. And that is how this whole Chazown experience will work. The great thing and the great news that I have to tell you is that when God gives you the vision, or his vision, he also gives you the ability to get it done. I will say that I've seen in my small group of women, there were about 20 of us that went through this experience, that usually the vision that God has for your life is so much larger than what you could dream up on your own. And sometimes it's scary and intimidating, but if he gives you the vision, he will absolutely give you the means to get through it. One of the questions that Craig asks us as readers on page 11 of his book is, what if God gave you such a dream, such a Chazown, that your life continued to change the world even after you died. And he points out people like Martin Luther King Jr. and Gandhi and Mother Teresa, and people who have truly changed our world, and will continue to do so for many, many, many years, decades even to come. And I think the beautiful thing about this experience is that sometimes the vision that God gives us is exactly a vision like that, that really can impact others. It's often scary, but we were each uniquely designed for something that only we can do. The Bible tells us that we were put in this place, in this time, for something only we can do. One of the things that I love is that Craig tells us that God will give you 4 gifts once you find your purpose, to help you reach your purpose and to make it a reality. One of those is focus. One thing I found for sure, since I know my purpose and can see things a little more clearly, it's a lot easier to say no to things that I love, so that I can say yes to things that I love even more. And that's one of the points that Craig makes in the book, is that God will show you exactly what you're supposed to be doing, what things really matter, and what things you're going to have to let go of in order to fulfill your purpose. The other gift that God's going to give you once you find your purpose is endurance. The Bible tells us, Jesus told us, that in this life you will have hard times, but take heart. And we will be given endurance by God to fulfill the purpose that He has for us. There are going to be hard times. Once you know exactly what you're supposed to do, the devil wants nothing more than to prevent you from doing that. No matter what your purpose statement ends up being, you're going to find that as we go through this experience, everybody's statements are so different and so broad. But one thing God will do is give you the endurance to make that purpose statement a reality. The third gift that He'll give you is peace. Knowing who you are and why you're here gives you so much peace. And I think you'll find a lot of peace once you begin to look at your 3 circles, your core values, your spiritual gifts, and your past experiences. And once you begin to see the way God formed those things, the good and the bad, He works in all things. Once you begin to see how He formed those things to create the person you are for the purpose you have, you're going to find so much peace in that, and I can't wait to experience that with you. The 4th gift He's going to give you is passion. Craig tells us that all great people are filled with passion, and that's definitely evident. You don't see people really great at really good things not passionate about what they're doing. If God gives you a vision for it, He's going to give you a passion for it too. He's going to give you a love for it, a desire to do it, a desire to want to get up in the morning, and that's exactly what we're searching for. His vision for your life is bigger and better than you can even begin to imagine. And I can't promise you that this is going to be an easy experience. I can't promise you that it's not going to be uncomfortable. It's probably going to be both uncomfortable and not easy. It's going to be somewhat hard, but I promise you that it's going to be a wonderful experience. Craig asks us in the book, are you willing to let God disturb you with dreams so big that you don't know how they'll be accomplished? And I think our experience in our small group was that he definitely gave some people really big dreams. And it's been interesting and really fulfilling to watch everybody begin to take steps forward to make those really big dreams a reality. And it's because they have those gifts that we just talked about. They have passion, and they have peace, and they have endurance, and they have focus, and it's so cool. I can't wait for you to have that. I do want to read something to you. And I was talking about uncomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable. This is out of the book on page 15. There's a prayer that Sir Francis Drake once prayed. And this is an incredible prayer, and I think one that really, if you plan on going on this experience, that if you plan on going through this 6-session experience, that you should be praying. And this is what Sir Francis Drake prayed. Disturb us, Lord, when we are too well pleased with ourselves, when our dreams have come true because we dreamed too little, when we arrive safely because we have sailed too close to the shore. Disturb us, Lord. And I think the biggest picture and the biggest message in all that is disturb us because you have bigger plans for us. So I'm so excited to go on this journey with you. I just cannot wait. I'm like just itching for you to get started. So we are going forward. This is your first session. I can't wait to get to the end with you and to walk through this with you. One of the other things that I want you to do, in addition to watching the videos and doing your work on your own and reading the book, is kind of participate with us and leave comments on the blog or on the YouTube page where the videos are, and let us know what, how you expect to, what are your expectations for this experience. One thing I'd like for you to leave a message about today is, what do you expect or hope to gain from this whole experience? And you can leave that comment on the blog page, or you can leave it on the YouTube page where you see this video. We're going to do our best to create a community of people that are going through this experience so that we can kind of get to know each other and interact. I do want to read you my purpose statement before I let you go and watch Craig's video. And I really should have it memorized, and I do, but it sounds better when I read it. So I'm going to read it. This is what I came up with. It's very intimidating when you get to the point when you have to write it, but just know it's doable, and it doesn't have to be perfect, and it's something that can change, and yours is going to be so completely different from mine, and that's because we've all been created very uniquely for a different purpose. So mine is, I think I would have already found it for you, so I'd be ready to read it to you. I should be able to say it, and I can't, but here it is. Maybe. Mine is to continuously seek knowledge and understanding, to lead other women to find intentional balance and peace in day-to-day life while giving generously and living with authenticity and humility. My purpose statement is the reason that I started my blog, the reason that I started a women's small group, which has really changed me as a person and done amazing things in my life. It's the reason we're doing this online Bible study. And it's given me so much passion and focus that I can hardly contain myself sometimes. So I'm so excited to see what your purpose statement's going to be. Please know it's going to sound nothing like mine. If you heard that and think I could never do that, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to do exactly what you were created to do, and we're going to find out exactly what that is over these next few sessions that we're going to be working in. So before next week, you're going to want to read in your Chazown book, pages 3 through 24, and that's kind of the beginning and all the explanation. It's going to help you understand why we're doing this and how we're going to seek God in order to get the answers that we want. So pages 3 through 24, and then you're also going to want to read pages 52 through 59, and that's the preparation for our next session, which next week we're going to look at our past experiences. So just again, you're going to read pages 3 through 24 in your book, and also pages 52 through 59. We're going to skip because in the book it's a little bit in a different order than we're going to do it on here. So you're going to read those sometime over the next week. Right now, you're going to download that participant guide, print it off, and get ready. And then you're going to watch the video from Craig. And then you're going to be ready to go forward in our session 2 next week as we look at our past experiences. Don't forget to leave a comment so we can create a community of people going through this experience. Tell us, what do you expect or hope to gain from this whole Chazown experience? We'd love to hear from you. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I can't wait next week to look at your past experiences. Have a wonderful week and enjoy the message from Craig.